How's it going, YouTube? One of the biggest problems I've ever had is trying to find some shorts that'll fit me. So I wear about a 44 pant, and I have a lot of trouble finding some quality shorts that I really like. And so I wanted to give you kind of a guide of what I've discovered and see if it can help you out a little. Like I said, I wear about a 44. I can wear a 42. I just like a little bit bigger pant. And the size guides are not always correct. I've looked at the websites and most of them are very inaccurate and they vary from brand to brand. So let me show you what I found. First up, from East Bay is their compression short. It's got a very long leg, maybe an 8-inch, and the band is supposed to fit a 44, but you can clearly see it's a lot shorter than the others. This is the smallest one that I have so far. The largest one is the Tommy John, and it's about the same size as a Hanes XX in premium, the Hanes XX, and also the material, the waistband is supposed to, like I say, fit a 44, but I haven't worn these yet, but I have worn a similar pair from East Bay, and they were pretty small, but they do stretch. The next one I have, size-wise, is the Calvin Klein modal. It's supposed to fit up to a 42. I can wear these. These are a brand new pair, but I have worn some before, and they fit well. They don't move. The modal is very sleek and very form-fitting, very soft. The band is super soft, fits really well. This is the older version. This is the body modal, not the modern. And I have tried the modern. The modern has a stronger band, a little heavier band, and it's a little bit thicker weave of the modal. The percentage is about the same, I believe. These do not move when you wear them. They feel really good, and they don't ride up. They don't give you a wedgie like a lot of the brands claim. The Calvin Klein is a very good brand. They do have a double XL, but the double XL in the cotton is very small. It's smaller than this one, and this is supposed to be a 1XL. The double XL in the cotton is even smaller than this one, so they do vary within the same brand. And the triple XL and the quadruple XL are probably closer to a 44 than what they claim. They say that the 2X is supposed to be a 44, but it's really small. It's almost smaller than this one. Next I have Calvin Klein. I think these are called the steel, I forget what the exact name is for this. And it's really soft, kind of spongy. And also with the modal, with the Calvin Klein, the one I showed you previously, they do get a little hot. They hold in heat. They don't breathe as well as they claim they do. Cotton is much cooler 100% of the time. Cotton doesn't stretch as well as this does. This feels really good on your body. It's really soft. And the band is nice and heavy. Now this band is the next up in size. This is the same size as an XL. However, it's bigger than the modal. And just wanted to show that because I try to find a larger size because I am larger, but I have trouble finding that. They do make a big and tall Calvin Klein, but it's very, very hard to find. Even on their own website, they only have it in the body modal, and it's always sold out. And I haven't bought any of those. But judging by the rest of the Calvin Klein, I think probably it would have to jump to a 2X to make it as big as a 44. Anyway, I can wear these. They do fit good. I bought some previously, and they hold up nicely. They do stretch. I guess that's why I can wear them. They do expand, and they don't ruin the integrity of the shorts. Next, in size-wise, is the 93% cotton. These are the biggest ones that the XL that Calvin Klein has, and there's only one that's bigger. I mean, there's two that's bigger, and this is pretty big. It's significantly bigger. It's about maybe inch, half inch at the least, and they fit really well. Now these don't stretch as well as the modal or the nylon ones, but it is 93% cotton, and so it does have some stretch to it. And that's the most important thing with me being larger, me being pretty big, is that it needs to be able to stretch and expand. If it doesn't do that, it's kind of hard to wear. They sometimes will pull in the back, and that's really uncomfortable. All these materials that I have, they stretch really well, and that makes a lot of difference in wear, even though the size is a 42, you know, it does make a lot of difference. Next up is the liquid from Calvin Klein. Now the liquid is pretty big. It's closer to my size just looking at it. And if you see the biggest over here, it's pretty close to the largest shorts that I do have. Those are 44s. Now this angle of the camera makes it look a little different. However, these Calvin Kleins do stretch quite a bit, and they still hold their shape. And I've had some for a while, and they still look good and feel good. These liquid they feel like what they sound like. They say liquid. They're very, very soft. Feel very, very good to the touch. It almost feels like it's not like materials on top of you. It's very thin, very breathable. It does hold in a little heat, but not as much. Of course, cotton is the way to go as far as cool. 100% of the time, the cotton, 100% cotton is the way to go. That's going to be what's going to keep you the coolest, to keep you most comfortable. However, these move so well with your body, it's kind of worth the difference there. Next up is the FX from Calvin Klein. This is their biggest extra large. I've had a couple of pair, and I've also had a friend of mine a couple of friends of mine that have tried them on, and those are they're smaller than me, and they say that those are pretty big as well. So this FX, it's the athletic Calvin Klein short, and it feels okay. The tag in the back for some reason is a little bit more, you can feel it a little more than the rest of the Calvin Klein, but not that big of a deal. The band is really heavy, and this is the biggest Calvin Klein they make in an XL. And I've worn these, and they fit really well. I haven't worn this particular pair, but I've worn another pair. These are brand new. Next up is the Undies. It's supposed to fit a 42 as well. These do stretch, and these are heavier material than the Calvin Klein. The weave and the material is a lot heavier, and so therefore I think it'll last longer. I haven't had a pair of Undies yet for an extended amount of time. I haven't worn these are brand new, but I had another pair, and those hold up pretty well. Like I said, the band and the fabric are much heavier than the Calvin Klein, and it's noticeable. These are modal as well. And I can wear these comfortably. They're not too small. They're a little bit bigger than the Calvin Klein. The Undies 42 is bigger than the Calvin Klein 42. Next up is the American Eagle. This is the, let me see what it's called. The Flex Trunk. Now these don't stretch as well. They sound really comfortable. I haven't worn them yet. They look like they're gonna be pretty hot. They look like they're gonna be pretty warm. They don't look like, they claim to breathe, but I think as far as cotton and as far as the modal goes, this is gonna breathe less. Now you can see the size there, they're pretty big. These are bigger than the MeUndies, and this is a American Eagle 3X, and which is supposed to fit a lot larger size. However, you can see that it's not that much bigger than the 42 of the MeUndies or the Calvin Klein. It's just a little bit bigger. So as far as letters go, XL, XXL, all that, I'm just showing you actual size of how it's going to fit your body. American Eagle bands are pretty good. They fit really well. I haven't worn the Flex yet. I don't know how they feel when you move around, but it's, judging from the other American Eagle, these should be okay. Next up, it's a cotton blend from American Eagle. And you can see that it's bigger all the way across. And this is also a 3X. It's a cotton, it's very, very soft. It moves really well. You would think that being American Eagle might be, I don't know, maybe a little trendy or maybe a little, you know, for young people, but it really actually fits pretty well. These prints on the front, they're just kind of wild. They just change from month to month or season to season. They have a lot of little wild prints. I just grabbed these, but these are a 3X, and I've worn them before. I don't know how long they last. I haven't had them that long, but I think that they'll do okay. But you can see size-wise, the 3X is closer to like what I wear at 44. Next up is the Mack Weldon. Mack Weldon band is great. The materials are very nice. These are more of to me, I don't know how to explain them, maybe more adult. They feel like they have a purpose. They have very well put together. The bottom, you can't really see it, but the bottom and where the fly is different material. In the front, the inside, the band is really good. These are modal. And look, and I just want to show you the size here of how they hold up. And these are supposed to be the largest one that they make. And it's pretty big, not quite as big as the Tommy John. Tommy John's the biggest one. They're all supposed to be about the same size with the Mack Weldon, and you can see that they're shorter than the Tommy John. But they are about the same size as the Calvin Klein. They do fit good, they sit well, and they're a really nice pair of shorts. I've worn them, and the leg is actually a little bit smaller. They say that they hold up really well. The one that I worn, the leg was a little tight and showed a little bit of sign of wear after I wore them. You can tell that they had been stretched out a little bit, so the leg must be a little smaller than other brands. And there's the size. Okay, the next one. They're a really good pair of shorts though, to not taking anything away from them. This is the Silk Skins. This is a brand from Walmart, and it's a modal short, and they feel really well. However, the only pair I've ever bought and worn, the band came apart the same day I wore them. They started stretching out of place as if I had worn them for years, and they had a really weird reaction. The material is nice. They're a little warm. They hold in heat a little bit. They feel really good, but like I said, the band came apart within hours of me wearing it. And look how big they are. So that doesn't make any sense. I've worn the Calvin Klein, which is smaller, and they didn't come apart like that. So they were only about $12 to $15, something like that, at Walmart. They got them on sale now for about $7. And I had a friend of mine wearing them. He likes his, and they held up for him. But like I said, when I wore mine, they almost came apart within hours. And I wasn't really doing anything. I was just walking. I went to, had a few places to go, but nothing strenuous, nothing with a lot of heat, nothing with a lot of movement. But they do feel really good. The band is really, really soft, and that pocket is like the Tommy John, the top. And like I said, they're really nice. Maybe it was a defective pair. I'm gonna try these out and see if these are any better. And but they are really big. They're really wide. Next up is a Hanes Premium, the Comfort Soft band. Now, these are pretty big. These are the 44s, and they feel good. They do move more than the premium brands. This is a Hanes Premium, which is their most expensive they make, but it's a really good pair of shorts. They're really soft, 100% cotton, really cool. They're much cooler than the modal or the polyester or the nylon, and they feel really well. They do move when I'm wearing them sometimes, and if they get wet or they get too much heat outside, they'll kind of bunch up, and they don't seem to last as long, but they are a really good pair of shorts. I mean, I really like them. I really, especially the premium, they really feel good. But the size is there. The next one is the regular Hanes Premium, and like I said, they're pretty big. And the main thing with the nicer brands, the designer brands, is that they look nicer. These are just real square. They're real. They don't look that bad on, but they're kind of baggy. They'll, I'm about 6 foot, and they'll go all the way almost down to my knee. And like I said, they're not something that look as nice whenever you're wearing. If you were gonna wear just this, if you were walking around the house or something, they don't look as nice as the designer brands. But they're really comfortable. The band's nice. They're really cool. But like I said, they don't hold up under stress as well as the premium brands do. And the last up is the Tommy John. This is the biggest one. They claim to be a 44, and to me it looks like a 44. It's really long. They're really wide and they're big like the Hanes. However, these are the relaxed fit, so the legs are a little bit bigger. I really like these. They're nice and soft. The pocket from the top is really good. I got a couple of bad reviews that I read on there about the quality of how they hold up. I haven't had that problem yet, but we'll see. And I'll make another video later on and show you how they held up and how long they lasted. These are the biggest ones if you're looking for the biggest size. And as far as the premium brands go, this is the way to go as far as the biggest one if you're worried about how it's gonna fit. Like I said, I usually wear about a 44. I can fit a 42. in pants, and I'm about 6 foot tall, so, and I'm about 300. I'm well over 300 pounds. So, anyway, just wanted to give you know what I know about the larger brands and which one's better as far as the double XL and the big and tall of the shorts. And hope this helps out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll get back to you. Please subscribe.